New guidelines for defining high blood pressure came out earlier this week. So you may have gone to bed on Sunday with not having high blood pressure, but on Monday you could have woken up with it. Dr. Shoba is here to help us make sense of the new guidelines. Dr. Shoba, thanks so much for being here.
Good to be here.
Yeah, so I'm sure a lot of people around the country, they went to bed, as I just mentioned, on Sunday, woke up on Monday, all of a sudden they have high blood pressure. Tell me a little bit about these guidelines.
Well, previously the guidelines were, 140 on the top number, 90 on the bottom number, and above that you considered yourself as having high blood pressure. But now the guidelines have changed. High blood pressure, 130 on the top number, 80 on the bottom number. So if you have a blood pressure over 130 on the top, over 80 on the bottom, now you have high blood pressure, and that's 50% of the, that's so many more people, like
right.
you said, that woke up now with high blood pressure.
Right, and so those people that maybe woke up on Monday, oh my gosh, I have high blood pressure, what can you tell them to maybe give them a peace of mind now?
Yeah, first of all, don't panic, because if you do, your blood pressure will go through the roof.
Right, you'll stress out, right?
You'll stress out. So, calm down. Take a look at the way you're checking your blood pressure, okay? Have you just drank coffee? Have you just been running around? Have you been stressed out getting ready to go to work, or coming back from a stress day and then just putting on your blood pressure cuff and checking your blood pressure? It will be through the roof. Well, that's not the way to check your blood pressure for these new guidelines. I would encourage you to log on to the American Heart Association website and look at the steps at which to take the blood pressure. You're supposed to be calm, not had any coffee, right. No emotional stress. You have to be sitting down for 5 minutes, really calm, and then check your blood pressure. And if that is still high, over 130, over 80, then you have high blood pressure. And don't rely just on one reading.
Right.
Take at least 2 or 3 different readings.
Right.
The problem is, the more the blood pressures you take, you tend to get more anxious,
right.
and then the blood pressure goes higher.
Especially if it's not the number that you're wanting it to
that
be.
You're not wanting. And you don't want to jump into medications. It's mostly about lifestyle changes initially in people that are at otherwise lower risk, mostly diet and exercise changes, loss of weight, controlling your sleep apnea, not too much salt in your food. And remember, medications that you might have taken the day before would affect it. If you've pigged out on potato chips and French fries
right.
the day before, you've had some headache and you've taken some ibuprofen or Aleve the day before, or you've had the recent cough or flu-like symptoms and you've taken cough syrup with stimulants in it like
right.
pseudoephedrine, your blood pressure will be high the next day. So make sure that you don't have some of those small risk factors that you can modify, and then recheck your blood pressure. Always important to follow up with your medical doctor.
Right, and I think you made a really great point, is don't just jump into the medication train. Maybe look at your lifestyle too, because maybe this can be a wake-up call for a lot of people who are kind of teetering on the edge anyways.
That's right. And you must understand, high blood pressure causes a lot of bodily harm to a lot of different organs. Eyes, your brain, you can have strokes. Heart, you can have heart attacks. Kidneys, it can cause kidney damage. You can have PAD, or loss of circulation in your feet. So high blood pressure is going into all your organs and damaging all your organs. So it's very, very important to control blood pressure. That's why they call it the silent killer.
Right, right. Sorry, and I was just going to say, and real quick before we go, because we're running out of time, what are maybe just a few quick tips that people can do right now if they woke up on Monday and they do now have high blood pressure?
Just calm down and recheck your blood pressure first, and see what your blood pressures have been running with your primary care doctor in the past few years or the past few months, and then be very cautious with your lifestyle. Like I said, diet and exercise, low salt, low caffeine.
All right, I love it. Some great tips right there, Dr. Shoba. We appreciate it so much. You can always check out the American Heart Association online, www.heart.org. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.